We're at Nvidia's booth, and VR is like the thing at trade shows. You go to a trade show, VR, holy shit, VR.
So anyway, what's really interesting about this year is we've got a couple of very involved demos. Previously, it was kind of like they hodgepodge stuff together. When I was at PAX in Australia, it's like a hodgepodge together. Like, we've got it, so let's just put it on display, and it was kind of eh. The HTC Valve, the Vive, is that what it was?
Yes, well, HTC's working with Valve on the HTC Vive, but it's the HTC Vive is the thing you put on your head.
All right, so that's the headset, and the demonstration they have is a very involved. I've got his camera floating around me.
I think they call them lighthouses in each corner. Is that what it was, Steve? Lighthouses, right? So in each corner of the room, there's a little light sensor thing. They don't want you to have very many lights in the room because it can interfere with it, but the system is spatially aware and it knows where you are in the room. It's sort of like a full room connect experience with also a VR headset. So you can actually move around and interact with your environment. And the big demo that we played was a Valve-made demo in the Portal universe. Even GLaDOS comes out, and if you're anywhere near this, you need to go experience it. It's a totally different experience than what you would have with, like, this is the Crescent Bay version of the Oculus Rift over here. I will say that that's a hell of a lot lighter on the head.
I would say this is the best Oculus Rift iteration that I've used so far. You know me, I've never had a lot of positive things to say about any of the VR stuff, mainly because I've always said it's not there yet. It's almost there. We're this close to being where it needs to be.
Yeah, this one's getting a hell of a lot closer, but what Valve's doing is something entirely different with the Vive.
The VR headset is always going to be a VR headset. It's making that to be the quality that it needs. They could do the exact same thing with this. So I think I would be interesting to see a side-by-side of this and that in that Valve space.
I'm not going to say that the graphics in there were photorealistic, but I did feel like they were better than most that I've seen. It just felt like you were in a natural environment. That might have been because you were able to move and open drawers just like you could in like Penumbra or one of those games like an Amnesia where you could like interact with things. You had there were a couple controllers in your hand. You could actually interact with the environment. You had to fix a broken robot, which it's hilarious. It's Portal, so it's like lots of failure and lots of talking down to you and all that sort of thing, which is freaking funny. But it was a different experience.
It would definitely. No, I really enjoyed that. And once we started looking at some of the other demos, like you got to do walking around a boat and a giant humpback whale showed up to say hi.
That was actually freaky, being there and being able to look around and like move up to the whale, and then that's one of the big differences is being in the full environment. When the whale moves by, you actually move back, and it's like whoa. So it's a bit different.
The only problem I think I had with this demonstration was more of a logistics issue where
practicality, right?
They had practicality. Yeah, they had a wire that was running off the floor, and if you turn one direction or the other, you'll trip over the cable. And I was kind of afraid to do that, so I wasn't as mobile as I would have liked to have been. And I think there's several things you could do to make that better. But that was just like my issue with this demonstration. So, otherwise, I was blown away. It was pretty awesome.
Okay, for me, the Vive. I mean, other than the fact it felt like you were wearing a truck on your face, it's a lot heavier than the Oculus. I'm sure they're going to work on that. I mean, this is not like the final version hardware. But the big thing for me is going to be the software for it. How many people are going to have a room that they can dedicate to doing this? How many people are going to be able to afford this kind of stuff? And I would build a room right now if I could and I had the money, and I would wire it to the ceiling with like a spring so I could walk around and the cord would always be up in the ceiling. I would do that. That would get me to play games way more often. Right now, I usually work, and it's like, oh, I've got to play some games. No, I'm going to keep working.
Imagine
I would go back and play way more games with that.
Let's take this away from the gaming experience. Imagine having a board meeting.
Yeah.
And that kind of experience where you actually have like a chair and you sit down at a table and you can interact. You can pull up and have a demonstration, but all done in a VR world.
I can see that probably being not more practical, but more realistic, because I don't think a lot of gamers are going to buy this. And even if they do, who's going to be able to install it? And then what developers are going to be making games for it other than to show it off at trade shows? That's the sad part for me.
You're still also looking at this from like a consumer standpoint of like, you and me want this in our home. So having to be able to do that.
We just played a game on it.
No, absolutely. But what if you had an arena that was constructed and then you put a digital world over top of it? They're already doing this. There's like 2 places that are already trying this kind of thing out that I know of.
This is the new arcade.
And this is the new arcade kind of experience. So instead of having this in your home, let's actually go out. Imagine having an entire D&D campaign done in VR in an arena where you can walk around up a hill, around the corner. You start running into issues if somebody trips and falls and liability. But
these things are already heavy enough. Just put a battery pack on your back and hook it up, and then make it like wireless.
Put a battery pack. You can have a small. I mean, they've already got the Galaxy, not the Galaxy Gear. I'm sorry, the help me out here. The Shield, the Nvidia Shield, is a small handheld battery-operated device that's got a graphics display that's really powerful, but it's being streamed from somewhere else wirelessly. So imagine if you have a backpack or some kind of belt pack that's, you're going to have a fanny pack that's going to have your VR.
You won't be able to see it because you'll have that thing on your head.
Exactly. Or it's going to be your utility belt, but then you're going to have a headset up top and you're going to have this whole thing wired in.
I really want VR to happen, and I still just feel like it's a big, cool thing that we see at all the events and it never goes anywhere, or we never see it in the home. But the arcade thing, make that happen. Somebody out there, make this.
There's one in Australia, and I think there's one
coming
to be kicked out.
Utah, right?
It's either in Utah or it's in Oregon, one of the two places. I can't remember where.
Well, we'll keep an eye on that. I want to know what you guys think in the comments over on our website. So get in there, post, let us know what you think about the future of VR. And if you're anywhere near PAX, come and try the HTC Valve thing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a line, but it's worth the wait.
See you in the comments. Cooler Master! That was really official sounding. So, Cooler Master, they don't really have too many new products, but they got a lot of stuff going on. This is a very, mods right here. We got Javis Jank. There's the nitrogen. We call that the Jank tank. We're going to be doing a little overclocking over here, so they're having some fun over here. And, a lot of this is about the Master Case, good old Master Case Pro 5. Now, this is a beautiful case. We'll show that in just a second. More modding over here. Lee Harrington. And, tubes. Looks like someone got their tube side right here. Right behind us, 3D printer. Let's check that out, and then we're going to finally get over to the case. You guys are going to watch the whole video because you want to see the damn case and some of the secrets at the end. 6-foot 3D printer. Darth Beavis is around here somewhere. You guys remember Darth Beavis? We saw him at QuakeCon and PDX Land, I think it was. Anyway, they put together a massive 3D printer, and the benefit of having something this big is that you can print really big things. Do you understand?
Oh, I know you.
All right, come on, you want to be on the video?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Harrison.
Harrison, what's up, dude?
Not much.
Are you, you're not Lee Harrison, Lee Harrington? No.
No, it's named after Harrison Ford, though.
Really?
Yeah, Star Wars.
So what's your favorite Harrison Ford movie?
Patriot Games.
That's a damn good one, and also a bit more esoteric than just saying Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
what about Clear and Present Danger? Not as good,
that
right?
was a good one, yeah.
But
Samuel
not
L.
as good as
Jackson,
Patriot
right?
Awesome, dude.
Great cast.
Thanks for being on the random video appearance thing that we did here.
Hi. All right.
See you on the forum.
See ya.
All right, let's go take a look at the case. So we didn't actually get a sample of one of these yet because I just talked to them and they're like, dude, we sent this thing weeks ago. They sent it to Vermont on accident? Or was it by accident? What's the correct grammar? Grammar, Nazis, fix it. Now, it's really sexy, but they've got some pretty interesting ideas about the modularity here. So let's come over here and take a look at one of them that's on the desk. All right, so here it is on a Lazy Susan. It's a weird name. And as you can see, we've got a new side panel. This is tempered glass, and it's really sleek and sexy. The idea here is that everything can be modular. This fits right in there. Someone else has the lock, but you can unlock it and it will come open. So the idea is that they're going to allow you to modularly add different things, different tops. This is a different side. On the inside, there's going to be brackets to allow you to mount, reservoirs, whatever you want. Just different ideas going on, like where the hard drive trays go. Different mounting for different cooling options, different fan mounting. You want more fans on over here? They're going to make all kinds of different modular stuff to go in there. So right now we just have the glass. I love slapping glass. I'm just beating this thing up. It's a pretty tough case. I cannot wait to get this thing and actually play around and we're going to do a build of this as soon as we get it. But oh yeah, spin that thing. Oh, that's nice. Slotted holes there so you can put it wherever you want it. One other thing that's pretty cool, Paul, can you see the front here?
Yes.
Now, right up here on the top, the I/O, there are just a couple screws that are holding this in. You can actually swap this entire thing out if you wanted to do, Type C. Right now it's just USB 3. You could do, whatever, new stuff. Maybe in 5 years it'll be USB 4. Put that in there. I don't know. But I really like the idea of a modular case because then you just get one case now and you can change it up, add things to it. If you're a modder, you'll be able to add a reservoir without having to go in and cut holes and do stuff. There's going to be a bracket for it. So very cool, sleek stuff here from Cooler Master. Let us know what you think in the comments. All right, guys, special thanks to Corsair. They're the reason that we're here. Be sure to check out all of our coverage, and you can enter to win a Scimitar mouse. Just go ahead and click on the screen to see our Corsair video. Good luck in winning the Scimitar MMO gaming mouse.